Halo guys, kita coba streaming lagi sambil gue ngetes settingan baru. Ini sebenarnya settingannya sih cuma sama 1080, cuma FPS nya gue turunin jadi 30 jadi 30 aja. Nah, yuk kita coba. Apakah masih nge-lag? Sepertinya tidak. Aduh, ceritanya ngulang nih. Kalau mau gua skip, oke lah, ini karena udah nonton, kita cepetin aja lah ya.
Her dress marks the resemblance. I see no evidence of injury or poison. Think you styled it? I believe so.
Oh, we have guests. You must excuse the poor welcome. Long days and long and... I am Bashan, servant to the satrap. My people of the great world, I come.
We have new scales?
Yes, my friends. Gather round. I have them right here. Now I can.
Many thanks.
One for me.
Those are dragon scale.
Yes, such materials are vital to their most pressing research.
And we? Soon we will have it done. Did I say something wrong? Of course. You're the one crying.
Oh, this is a bit.
The winds have shifted.
I feel it.
Tell me.
Curious that it concerned. But worry not. They were freely given by...
That is well. You must be quite familiar with Dragon King, yes?
Is this their congealed blood I see on your weapon?
Speaking of dragon blood, you yourself have been infused with it. I should like to draw a file over it soon. Now, see here. Come along, come along. I must insist that you visit our laboratory. Cease your shudder, so help me.
Oh dear, your poor companion. Work with him. No harm will come to him, I promise. Meanwhile, as you may have guessed, I am Vidana. Come with me, all of you.
Nah, tadi udah sampai sini. Oh shit. Udah lama. Allow me to thank you for your serving our call. My tower have been apparent on our break reputation with ours. Brokers self-titled other investigation even is an unmedical substitute in spare no effort with. So make the semantic can have a mission. Indeed, we do, as you know, the tower emits fast consolidation of either. One cannot get enough without being tempered. As such, we can study our manpower and our power to deal with it. So, but the satrap bait us alchemist enchanted talisman with all so to venture to the tower when so the lack of innate protection. So such a thing be possible. Among we are similar testing, but we are quite confident upon we are the information against the corruption of primals. So not tested to date and those to the better form of post-promising. Owing their density, the scale are responsible for those. The mightier the dragon, the greater the resistance. The sick are maybe protective for or alchemy. And our scholar by His Excellency, we have able to make steady progress with the talisman. So maybe continuous filter ready to be received on but every day is better to do better than a camera. Every day is used to be done. Unknown is a person that's called with the creator about the society of permission, of course. In that case, taking me away to make contributions for the economy with a more hands. We get to them, can you provide? Get what and so they will hill the right. Masih agak nolak sih. Tadi sih kalau di full screen sih agak mengingat. Even under person juga ada sama pun banyak macam bisa distribution ini bisa dengan besar itu ini apa sih sama itu ini super portal di sini referensi bisa 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 ini masih ngajar kan itu ini bisa hold to confirm. Including that's. The 42 rated. Impressive. Ngayon natin confirm. Shopping class. Follow the videos for the final is. Please stand back. Nah ini asalnya ini berapa? Ini si beyond that, dia kalau dia ada, dia kan asalnya la. Jadi drone, nanti laboratorium note, banyak variable sini ada era new series bentuk spesial ing, berarti asal or store ke squid bit, berapa la. Sesuai dari lebih arka saudara travel alone atau PW video mengenai SMS code coba course mana daya gaji ya first jeng Let me see the follow. Look at me far. Udah ada yang jadi itu tuh Sage. Ada setting. Gaji was a great dancer. Well, you know, they come to indicate that the Rasak star available with got in all and use of happening on the Mr. Sam Guardian on different publicity. Pisaka. Nebula. Camouflage. Gajaya footsteps. Tapi kalau kayak begini
Yes, that would be Raj and Han. Hardly anyone has been allowed in or out since our troubles with the tower began. The faithful citizens huddle inside the city walls, and commerce has all but ground to a standstill. I pity the satrap, the trials he must be facing. Well, he is the most important person in Rajasthan. Long ago, this island was home to two tribes of Madama, the Gajasura and the Arkasura. When the Aura came to these shores, it was the Arkasura with whom they joined forces. Together they defeated the warlike Gajasura, forcing them to flee Thavnair altogether. Peace and prosperity reigned for a time, until a clan of Hjord from the mainland decided they wanted the island for themselves. It was a direct ancestor of the present satrap who arbitrated that conflict and welded the warring factions into the nation we know today. And ever since, a member of that esteemed lineage has inherited this somewhat unique position. You see, by and large, the stability provided by the satrap is what has allowed Raj and Han to thrive all these years. And it was the satrap himself who entrusted us with this duty. We will not fail him, nor our country.
What is the delay?
I come all this way to admire one of my splendid towers. And what do I find? Fools attempting to ward off its tempering influence with magic. I seem to recall a similar experiment in ages past. What was that man's name? Owen? Another body, another time. Who could be expected to remember every trivial detail? Allowing them to construct such handy talismans would be counterproductive. And yet, I find myself deathly curious. How will they manage this feat with the limited knowledge and resources at their disposal? Complications be damned, for we cannot escape the nature of our souls. And I, as ever, am my own worst enemy.
balik pakai full petal alchemist. Soldiers on low. Kalau teman terbesar dalam bersama komunitas dengan sekarang kita melakukan negara Norway misalnya sal jadi American and Management Alchemy yang mendesa ini kalau respon di saat play negara style ground semua ini mas mau beginilah kerjaan. Thank you para videographer karena menonton video. Lalu sebelum itu kami biasa ya apa namanya ini berhamsa. Ini tuh baca bilang terus atau harus langsung kebuka ininya nih macem-macem. Tirulet Alliance ritual ini ada ini baru nih Cracked Dendro Cluster Cracked Anto Cluste normal guys. Boy ya ini Hamsa nih pak ini dekat dari Azaran Dudus. I'm sorry, make it livestock in the land and my nature be money like if it's a on the tower on a concert and dreams in the tower again also with my notes. Man, I mean, then but it was stones away. Even I cannot imagine for okay. Rather than the river, we one day have a wobbling gate. Tetap namanya setiap malam terus. Conflict ends. To the left, this is the tower. As you can see, it straddles a small island. The beach. So we enjoy the feeling of discernment from the method of peaceful children. Before independence, so troubling not whenever happens, my fate is another dream, but I'm still worried what we will definitely follow us in the middle of the can do here. I will not Hanish Betty Lokafer. We meet in this MIFA, the obligation contingent, come to assist in the making of the talisman. You said I will be able to just tell me what is the situation. I think saying but partition declare war. Even though there will be a declare war, they don't understand. They want to die. They want them. But my decision can be that bastard will lie. We will forget about him for this thing, brother. Kami ada rajan military order satra command on duty reservation and the pursuit and dan hal mereka emergency shelter dengan defense of the tower atau sesuatu dalam itu mungkin but the tower banner in the tower is out of RPR. We surrounded this is the good way exploration to is currently the information there. No one Hamsa. Waduh, jauh banget. Ini antara gara-gara streamingnya encodingnya pakai hardware kan Nvidia, nggak kayak kebagi resource kayak kebagi gitu loh, jadi kayak ininya patah-patah, di sini juga jadi patah-patah. Ya pokoknya sih selama pas lagi harusnya sih nggak tahu ya, mungkin nih pas lagi di World patah-patah, tapi kalau pas lagi di dungeon patah-patah sih wah ini sih mesti dikurangin nih apa settingannya, jadi nggak bisa full HD ya, paling cuma bisa 720p doang, mungkin bisa 60 fps. Discovered a new location. No on reality Hamsa dash off. Ini soalnya di World lagi banyak orang sih. This is the game ground. You require. Apa lagi sih kerja dalam bidang itu di beta warga sekitar perawatan material ini. Sakop pure sekali sama artis friend. Ini balik lagi. Kalau yang nggak biasa sama leveling FF sih kayak bolak-balik. Tapi ini sih udah jauh lebih mending daripada yang dulu yang zaman ARR yang awal-awal. Kuesa sih lebih bolak-balik terus ngomong kaskin. Maka ini satu kantong gede bas. Thank you.
I see our taskmasters have allowed you a moment's respite as well.
Hmm.
You have to hand it to these alchemists. They are determined to see this endeavor of theirs succeed. I've never been one for blind optimism, but I sincerely get the sense they're close to a breakthrough.
They had better be, or all this effort was for naught.
The peoples of Eosia, of the Far East, of Thavner, children of this star united in common cause against a dire threat. Yet ere they succumbed to suicidal madness, were not the Telophoroi born of her body as were we. They who cling to life and the promise of the morrow's dawn, against they who desire death and an ending of their own orchestration. The victors of this war alone will hold the right to answer the question of existence, of its meaning, and its worth.
Poetic and ominous to a fault. That said, if it's an existential debate in nature, then our arguments might not be as persuasive as you think. Daniel wants to die and take everyone with him in an orgy of pain and suffering. An utterly vile and unforgivable idea. And yet, when spat upon by fate and wailing in the deepest pit of despair, who among us can say they have not entertained similar thoughts? There are nights black as pitch, bereft of hope, and no words of comfort can reach you. Until you grit your teeth and chew back the bile.
The more you see and suffer life's injustices, the more difficult they become to bear. Vengeance is nurtured in similar soil. Though your anger has a broader focus, the sentiment is much the same. A fervent desire to destroy others, to see them drown in torment, as you have.
That about sums it up. The will to endure is not always as strong as the urge to burn it all down and salt the earth. Survive or be damned. It's a struggle, often close and brutal.
Indeed. Well, I, for one, shall pray survival proveth more appealing.
As will I. Besides, our chances are much improved when we've the company of others committed to the cause of life. Our vengeful dragoon here is proof of that. What is it? What did you see? Daniel. Are you sure? If he knows we've been working on a countermeasure.
It holds. The vessel holds. This is the one.
At long last! finally created a talisman strong enough to withstand our experiment.
Experiments.
We've named it a warding scale for the time being. With this in your possession, your soul should be completely shielded from corruptive ether.
Afforded such protection, any one of us may approach the towers without fear. Thou hast mine admiration. 'Tis an invention of historical significance.
I thank you for your kind words. But I would prefer you keep them unsaid until we test the talisman's efficacy in the field. It is for the next stage of our plan that we summoned you in the first place, to accompany me to the Tower Resort. Should the scale prove effective, as I very much hope it will, then you'll have little to do. But should the effect be weaker than anticipated, I must ask that you restrain me, or knock me senseless.
Oh, you need an axe.
Either way, we are fortunate to have you with us.
No, are you certain you wish to do this?
If others are to trust our creations, then we must have faith in them first. And as a senior researcher, it falls to me to lead by example. But should I fail to return, then learn what you can from this attempt and apply it to the next. Our work must continue. Is that clear?
We'll keep an eye on the place while you're away. Assuming Fandaniel is lurking around, there's no telling what mischief he has in mind for us, or you, beyond regard.
Shall we be on our way? I'll have one of the soldiers in the hatchery prepare us a boat, and we can set out from the northern shore. I'll see you there.
Mana ya? Chipping the scale. Oh shit. Jauh. Ini bisa terbang sih? Hah? Oh itu NPC. Anjing, gue pikir orang bisa terbang. Travel Air Currents 4 Tafner anjir masih 0. Fajla Langgula apalah itu. Agak stuttering sih ini, kenapa ya? Kalau software encoding sih prosesornya, dia sih lagi makan prosesor sih. Apa ya? Ini sih prosesor sih cuma 38%, tapi si VGA-nya sih kalau makan banyak sih. Camrosh.
Should soon cross the threshold of the tower's influence. any moment now. It's working! And you are still yourself? Then I'd like to see how it fares closer to the tower even. So far, so good. The scale's protection appears to be holding. If we can just make it to the tower's entrance. A few more steps. Praise be to the sisters, we made it! And the scale has proven itself to be everything we hoped. Now we can focus on production. Once we've equipped and returned with an entire survey team, this menace will soon give up its secret.
LOL.
Do calm down. You'll only hurt yourself thrashing back.
Stop! Oh, you can't do this! Please!
A little late for heroics, I'm afraid. The similarities are striking. My! Such hostility! Never before has my artistry so displeased. My patrons of old would have positively squealed in delight, though, between you and me, I find gushing praise exhausting. Allow me to tell you a story. Surely you've yet to hear the one about Van Daniel, the sundered Assi. I inherited the position and the soul of the Van Daniel who sat on the convocation in the time of the final days, theoretically speaking. Practically speaking, that fact is of no consequence. I was born and lived as, well, me. Eventually, I was recruited into the Assassins and imbued with the former Van Daniel's knowledge and memories. But I never felt that they were truly a part of who I... How to explain? Perhaps if I told you who I was before my Assyrian embrace, although that chapter too is a past I've long since discarded. I have it on good
good authority, you've poked your nose into an elegant ruin or two. Yes? Then I expect you've heard of them. The old.
At your service. Imagine a nation of unbridled prosperity. Every need met, day after day of unbroken, unshakable peace. Existence fulfilled and ripe for decay.
You are a genius without peer, Amon. However do you conceive of such delightful experiments? That fool was beside himself in panic when he awoke with the head of a bull. Even his cries for help emerged as so much guttural lowing. The memory of it. My poor science. My friends and I were so consumed by laughter we struggled.
No more than entertainment for born wastrels ignorant of its worth. My all-consuming work. But it was not their only indulgence. For they were ever hungry for stimulation, slaves to the slightest hint that amusement was afoot. Our nation was ailing, but I would see the poison purged. I resurrected a legend, our first and greatest emperor. And just as I had planned, he set our wayward empire back on a path of conquest. An inexhaustible ambition carried us onwards, always onwards. Yet, he who delivered to us such glory was not to be satisfied.
Heed me, Armon. No matter how vast one's empire, or full one's treasure vault, all is rendered meaningless by death. In the end, all is lost.
You know as well as I that the Emperor stands to lose this war, and so I have come to claim you.
Emmet sad.
For while your methods leave something to be desired, we cannot deny the results of your work. And as fortune would have it, the seat of Van Daniel, your rightful seat, lies vacant and waiting. Take your place amongst your peers, rather than die a pointless death amidst the ashes of your doomed nation. Send one of your clothes to the Crystal Tower that you might see for yourself. See what lies ahead.
The fall of the Empire affirmed the truth, majestic and tragic, as the Emperor foresaw. Scheme as you like, build as you will, nothing endures. What is life but a brief jaunt ending in emptiness? So easily distracted. Why, I owe my
almost left without saying farewell. As for your friend, you needn't worry. These pawns are far more useful to me alive as fuel for the primates. If you attempt to pull them free, they will die. So, enjoy tackling that conundrum with your comrades. We shall meet again. Not in one of these mine spires. Oh, no. But somewhere more suitably grandiose. Your favorite playmate is ever so easy.
Dungeon pertama, tapi belum level 81 gua. Lol. Nasab. His Excellency. Of course, also can get our lands can eliminate all. This communicate this Satrap of Ratzahatan. 100% bro. Prosesornya 70%, 50% lagi. Patah-patah ya. Encoding overloaded. Sudah ada sesuatu yang mungkin orang mengenai dia bukan seperti kita masih berhubungan.
A vast rock squats upon Thavnir, and to its stony surface clings the city of Ras Adhan. Ye who enter here are subject to the scrutiny of gods, the gate's most watchful eye. The orb which beholdeth the truth of all things. Pass beneath its hot and piercing gaze, bearing down like a second midday sun. The fragrant haze, a mixture of sweet incense and acrid smoke. The cries of merchants mingled here with lively melodies accented by dancers' feet. Travelers seduced by vivid sound and colors were once swallowed up by patchwork streets.
Il Sabar, Ratsatan.
But no such scenes to savor now. To what somber present does that divine eye bear witness?
Here we are, Megaduta. It seems a shame to bring you here directly. Under normal circumstances, it would have been my pleasure to show you.
And it would have been our pleasure to see them. Alas, It seems our tour of the city will have to wait.
I'm afraid so. Come, we should head inside. Your Excellency, may I present our honored visitors?
Your Excellency.
Ah, splendid. Most splendid. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Aharwan, satrap of Razathan. Our alchemists tell me your assistance was invaluable in the creation of the warding scale. Such deeds ought to be recognized in person. Thus did I have young Varshan convey you here forthwith. On behalf of my people, may I express to you our sincere gratitude. A regrettable incident indeed. Her colleagues insist that we honor her wishes and trust in the talisman, that it will be instrumental in saving the Dana and the others. I am eager to hear your opinion on the matter, so let us not stand on ceremony. Come, sit.
I think not. This charade has gone on long enough. Show yourself.
Forgive me, but were you expecting musicians, perhaps? There are no performers waiting in the wings at present, but arrangements could be made if you prefer.
Nay, he hath the right of it. The time for artifice is past. Raise the curtain.
As you wish.
You travel as assistants to the students of Aldessian, but you are known to me. Even here have we heard of the science of the seventh dawn. I am Vritra, and for years uncounted has this isle served as mine abode.
Vritra, of the first brood, sibling to Hraesvelga and Nidhogg.
Aye, mine elder brothers, of Midgard's former spawn. I was last to hatch.
Well, isn't this a surprise? We were told Razathan had an alliance with the dragon. Not that a great worm sat in a satrap's own hall. A necessary subterfuge, as the true tale of our nation history illustrates most effectively. In the beginning, the rock upon which our city is built was home to Vitra, and Vitra alone. In time, the ancestors of the Matanga came to the island and established a foothold. But never did they dare disturb the worm's lair. Next to arrive were the Aura. Adopting the example of their Akasodra allies, they too treated Vitra with reverence and respect. And for many years, an understanding between our forefathers and the Great Worm endured. Until marauding heroes from the mainland came, threatening to shatter our peace and tranquility, when it seemed all would be drowned in blood. Vitra himself came forth and quelled the rising conflict. A peaceful accord was reached, and oaths sworn in Vitra's name. Thus began the dragon's governance of the fledgling state, which was to grow into Razathan.
But if Vitra is still here, then your position as satrap is just...
A charade, yes, and one which my family has performed faithfully for generations.
Many envy the great Were it known that I ruled here, and the fires of war would burn without end, I would not be the flame which consumed my people. Those you who join me in laying our country's foundations were, perforce, sworn to secrecy.
Your eye, it was taken.
Tis here, buried within a semblance of flesh. The body before thee is but a simulacrum, constructed by the finest artisans of Razatan. With mine eye nestled within, it doth serve as an inconspicuous vessel for my will.
That would explain why I felt the presence of a dragon on our first meeting.
I am woven with words fashioned to deceive such arcane senses. Though 'twas short-lived, it seemeth thy fusion with my brother hath left thee much altered. Estinian warm blood. From the very first, we sensed the nature of one another. Yet did neither one of us bear his fangs. That is all I need know of thee for now.
With my secret thus revealed, I have for you a proposal, not as a worm of the first brood, but as the ruler of Radzana. With all haste must we take in hand the finished talismans and breach this foul spire. Thence, should it lay within our power to dispel its wicked influence, yet even with the assurance of the warding scales, the narrow confines of the tower doth limit the size of our foes.
And thus denied strength in numbers, thou must choose thy soldiers with care.
Just so. Yet though our radiant host is formidable, I see a sure path before me. Thou and thy comrades have contended with a multitude of primal beings. Most recently, thou didst cast down false gods in Pagathan and Katanau, I am told. 'Tis upon that strength I would call. The Scions have proven themselves the most capable, and I ask that you serve as the tip of our spear. Talismans would, of course, be provided for each of thy companions, and should you agree to this undertaking, more will be provided to make use of as you see fit.
There's no denying it's a dangerous proposition, but the rewards may far outweigh the risk. Just think of what we might accomplish if we could equip all our allies with warding scales. I worry, however, that even the four of us may be too few for what you have in mind. Might we regroup with our friends first to discuss the matter?
'Tis no trifling task that I have laid before you. Go, steel your hearts and hone your plans. Such time as you require shall be spent in crafting your protective charms.
It seems a quick trip back to Charlia is in order.
Wilt thou not bend thine aid?
Whether your request be made as a great worm or the ruler of Radzan, I see no reason to refuse, nor will I.
I am in thy debt.
Waiting to the here everybody partner enjoy feeling nausea. Ya dong. Oh. Palakas kan sudah dekat sini Hatun. Tapi nggak bisa lompat. Padahal udah deket itu. Bisa lompat. Nggak bisa ya. Bisa lompat ya ini ya. Please check it. Either curves. Please check it. Iya nggak bisa lompat. Bisa Northern empty balik ke sini. Oh si Cenggil. Oke nih sekarang. Sekarang lanjut yang ke sini ya. Situ baru. Oke lah, kita break dulu, makan malam sekalian, atur-atur apa nih settingan OBS. Kita lanjut lagi habis makan malam ya guys. Thank you.